ready to go. So this is the opening. The scene opens with a flickering light over the stage. To the left sits a small sofa draped with a fluffy blanket and cushions. Center stage sits a desk with college books and photo frames. There is a low hum of static which can be heard in the distance as images flicker. Center stage, leaning against the desk, a book in hand, is Blake, a young individual of 20 with chalky hair and dark clothing. He stares out into the audience and closes the book with a sigh.
December 9th. Another year. Sometimes it feels like an eternity. I have so many questions. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, and it's like I can't get them out. I suppose I don't know how. I want to reach out and talk about it, about them, or about me, but everything is just clouded by other issues, and it's too much, you know? For years, there's been days where I'm sitting in front of the mirror just staring, watching my reflection stare back at me, and I don't know who this person is, because she's not me. Not really. I wonder if they saw me. Would they even recognize me? Because I don't even recognize me. Everything's just so distorted. Sometimes when I'm here just staring, waiting for something or anything to change in a way that feels more normal, more alive, but nothing ever changes. It's like I'm a prisoner in my own skin and it feels so alien to me. I scrub and I scrub till it's raw just to turn the mental agony into something I can recognize as real. There's always these questions swirling around in the back of my mind, almost like whispers. Ghosts. Suppose you could call them echoes of other people's questions about me. Am I a boy or a girl? Why can't you just fit in? If you tried to fit in more, you wouldn't feel this way. The thing is, I don't want to fit in. I just want to feel like me. I sit and I stare into the mirror, trying to pinpoint what it is that feels so alien. Is it my hair, my voice, my face? Minutes, hours, and days go by, and I'm still stuck, just staring, waiting for some great answer to fall into my lap, wondering what it will take for people to see me as me. For me to see me. To look into the mirror and not fear the reflection staring back at me. And it's not me. I know how that sounds. Yeah, it's me. But it's not that simple. Yeah, it's not black and white. They'd have known, wouldn't they? Mum and Abs, they'd have helped me see it. Wouldn't they? Or have I always been destined to spend my life staring at this warped reflection that's so alien and familiar at the same time? I think it's about more than how I look. There's something else there. Is something on the inside just waiting to be discovered? I know there is. I think I'm ready to acknowledge it, you know? Get it out there and into the world and finally be free. Maybe not shout it from the rooftops just yet, but tell those closest to me that I have left. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I mean, I still have so many questions that I wish could be answered. But for the first time, I'm sitting here staring at the same mirror, and it's different. A good kind of different, and to believe it all started with a haircut and a stranger on the bus using he. Felt weird. A good kind of weird. It was like time slowed for that fraction of a second and something was ignited. Helped me realize that I'm no longer invisible. That's all I need.
Fade out. Scene 1. Coming out. The scene title is displayed across the screen along with a series of home movie clips. The date, January 19, is in the left corner as Blake leans against the edge of the desk facing the audience. He's nervous. Fidgeting with the edges of his shirt, he stares out into the audience. With a burst of nervous energy, he steps forward, almost bouncing with each step as he begins to pace back and forth.
Okay, here it goes. Come on, you got this. How hard can it be? Just step by step. You've practiced this like a million times. It'll be as easy as riding a bike. When you did always fall off your bike, especially when Mom took the stabilizers off. Woo-hoo. That was not a fun day. No, damn it. Like, focus. I'm a biromantic pansexual transgender man, in case you were wondering. Damn it. That sounds like I digested Tumblr. That's not at all what we practiced. Okay, just backtrack and ease into it, just make it more friendly. I don't want to scare them or make them think I've lost it. Though, given the fact that I'm talking to myself in the mirror, that could possibly be correct.
As he paces searching for the right word, his roommate Amelia enters from stage right, a slim girl of medium height wearing a tight black dress, holding her heels in one hand and a coffee in the other. Her face is hidden by sunglasses and tossed hair. She has just come home from a night out. She stands behind the desk and watches Blake, sipping her coffee every now and again. She watches, her expression shifts from one of humor to one of confusion and betrayal.
Okay. I've been through worse. This'll be a breeze. Oh, Amelia, there's something that I've been meaning to tell you, and it's not too big, like it won't change anything. At least I hope not. It's something that I'm scared of hearing. No, seeing your response to more than anything. I'm queer. Is that even an okay word to use? I mean, it used to be a slur, but I suppose it was reclaimed in the 80s during the AIDS crisis as a call for unification amongst the gays, but like, is it socially acceptable? Damn it, just focus. You got this. You are a strong, independent being and you can do anything. You got this. You got this. Oh, I don't got this. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Okay. Where was I? I got something to say. Yada yada yada. I've kind of known since I was 12ish that I wasn't like other girls because I wasn't a girl. See, I'm trans. My gender just always felt out of place, like something didn't quite fit, and I was just playing a role, like constantly torn between these big notions of masculinity and femininity, and how we're all pushed into one box and told over and over what's expected of us, even though it doesn't feel right. But everything started to make sense when I found this one word. Trans. Okay, that's part one. Maybe just reel it back in when you actually say it. Keep it simple, stick to the basics. Basics are good. Now on to the other stuff. Okay. Now you actually gotta do it. Because people will either accept you or they won't. In which case, they're lost. They don't gotta get it. They just gotta respect it. So get yourself together, man. I'm queer, and if that's a problem, if that's a problem. Oh, fuck it. I've waited this long. What's another year? Amelia. Hi. You're back early.
They both stare at each other for a moment. Scene 2, A Desired Response. The title of the scene is projected on a screen behind the actors. Amelia stares open-mouthed for a while with doe eyes. She looks at Blake in confusion and shock.
How long have you been standing there?
That's all you're gonna say to me?
Oh, well,
Well, oh, for God's sake, Beth, just spit it out already.
I'm trans.
Good one. What's actually going on?
I'm serious.
No, you're not. Come on, it's not funny.
No, wait, Amelia, just hang on.
Oh.
Just hang on, please. I had this whole thing planned. I just need a second. I am
No, wait. Sorry, just no. You.
Me?
No. No. Just no.
Amelia, it's okay. Just please hear me out.
Beth, look, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, if it's some big prank or just some stupid dare, but you've had your fun. My head's killing me and I want to go have a nap. So, are you done yet?
Amelia, please.
You've made your joke. Now, excuse me, I'm going for a nap.
It's not a joke, Amelia. I wouldn't joke about something like this. Come on, you know me.
So, you're serious?
Well, yeah.
Why? Why now? Why hasn't this come before? What? No, sorry, like this is bullshit. Actual bullshit, Beth. This stuff doesn't come out of nowhere.
It didn't come out of nowhere, Ems.
Well, it obviously fucking did, because it's the first I'm hearing about it.
Amelia, please.
Well,
I needed time to think.
Oh, you needed time, did you? You needed time, really? We've been living together for how long now? We've been friends for how long? I've known you for how long?
And that's why I'm telling you now. You're my family, Ems. Just please listen to me. I this whole thing planned, and I've wanted to tell you for ages now.
And why didn't you tell me?
Does it matter? I'm telling you now. I haven't told anybody else.
I'm not just anyone. You said it yourself. I'm your family. You're everything to me after everything we've been through, and you're just going to throw it all away like it meant nothing.
Ems, I'm not throwing anything away.
Well, you obviously are.
Nothing has to change here, Amelia.
A lot has everything has changed. You've been hiding this massive part of yourself from me that's just suddenly arrived that I haven't even had the slightest clue about. I'm sorry, things are gonna fucking change. That's what hiding does. And this. What? Did you expect everything to stay the same once you dropped this fucking bombshell?
I wasn't hiding anything from you. If you didn't see anything, then that's not just on me.
Oh, really? So this is my fault now?
What? No, Amelia, no.
You're really gonna make it out like it's my fault? Are you kidding me?
Well, like you said, we've been friends most of our lives, Ems.
Wow. You know, talking about stuff changing, I've known you most of my life, Beth, and this isn't you.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, you go off to college and suddenly everything is changing. You make these new friends.
Oh, come on.
Get these notions, and suddenly I don't recognize you anymore.
You would put all of the blame on something anything else, wouldn't you? Look, Amelia, this isn't something new. I felt like this for so long.
Then why am I only finding out about this now?
Because I was afraid, all right? I was afraid.
Afraid of what? I thought I was your family. You're supposed to be able to tell me anything. You promised you'd always tell me what's bothering you.
Afraid of this? What was I meant to do? Tell you the second I had an unsettling feeling that I didn't even understand? I needed time.
You could have told me.
So what was I meant to do? Tell you any thought I had about it before I even knew what it was?
I can't believe you. Oh my god, this is brilliant. This is just fucking brilliant.
Amelia, just calm down and
I don't need to calm down, okay? This you've just dropped this bomb on us, and this is a fucking joke. Like, you can't just...
It's not a joke.
You can't just change your mindset out of the blue like this. This is a joke.
It's not a joke, Amelia.
It fucking is, because it's not real. Oh, good one, Beth. You almost had me.
You know, I can't... I can't deal with you when you get like this. If you... Go have your nap and we can talk about this later.
As if.
I thought we were friends.
I guess we don't know each other as well as we thought, huh?
Clearly. Look, maybe when you calm down we can talk this through.
I don't need to calm down. You need to realise what you're saying. Look, Beth, I know you better than anyone.
I'm better than myself?
I know you our entire lives. You can't just turn around and change everything about you like that. It's insane. You just need to wake up from this delusion. You can't just drop this on someone and expect them to be like, yeah, that's grand, and erase everything they knew about you.
I didn't expect you to be like, yeah, that's grand, Amelia, but calling me a joke, calling what I feel a delusion, that's not okay. You know what, this isn't a joke. My name is Blake, and if you want to speak to me again, maybe just think about it, okay? Because I can't do this.
Oh yeah, of course you can't. That's what you do, isn't it, Beth? Run away and shut me out when things get too hard. Oh, woe is me. Poor Beth has the whole world on her shoulders. It's fucking typical. Run away, shut me out like you always do.
Yeah, typical Amelia. Can't accept anything outside your perfect fucking bubble.
Can you blame me? After everything we've been through, the amount of times you've changed your mind like that. How many times have you run away from decision when life gets hard?
This is different.
Change is scary. It's painful.
Yeah, but we've always been in it together, Amelia.
Yeah, well, evidently things change.
Yeah, I guess they do.
Blake storms past Amelia, bumping her on the shoulder on his way out, leaving Amelia stunned for a moment.
Go on and run away then, you fucking coward, Beth Clark. Come back when you're done with this fucking joke.
She slams the door, turning back to face an empty room. She's flustered and begins to pace.
Because you have to be joking. There's no way you're serious. These things just don't pop up overnight. There wouldn't be signs. Would have known. I know everything about you. Don't I? Why didn't she just tell me? Well, fuck her. If she wants to keep secrets, that's just fine. Good luck with this. Hope she knows what she's getting herself into. She's on her own now. I'm done. She promised me. She promised. And this is what she does. She wouldn't have done this to Abby, but it's fine to use me as a feckin' shoe toy. Off she goes to college, only to get these fucking notions into her head, leaves me here alone, and goes and completely reinvents herself as a total stranger. Spits me out and walks into the sunset on her own. Forgetting everything we've been through. Forgetting all the good times. like, when we were kids, she'd hide her action figures when I came over to play with my dolls. She was never good at hiding. She put them under a bed, their heads peeking out from under the blanket. Nothing wrong with it. She just liked her secrets. Never pointed it out because I didn't want to embarrass her. I always had her back. Now, she wants to shut me out all over again, like when... Fuck. Maybe I am being hot-headed again. What am I meant to do? Think. I've never dealt with this before. The closest I've gotten was that gay guy in our class in secondary school. This is like losing Abby all over again, only this time it's Beth. It's like there's a complete stranger living in our house with me. After everything I've done for her, she's going to turn away and leave. I just don't understand this at all.
Blackout.
In other news, a lesbian couple have been brutally attacked on a London bus by a gang of teenagers. The story went viral after images of the two women began to circulate online.
Scene 3, Dead Naming. The title of the scene is displayed on a projector as Blake and Amelia go about their business. January 22nd, 3 days has passed since Blake came out. There's a sense of tension among the pair. Amelia cautiously sips her tea as she kneels against the desk for support, glancing at Blake every now and again. Blake sits on the sofa, wrapped in a blanket, a book in hand.
So, how are you?
Fine. You?
Yeah? Good.
Cool.
So, did you tell many people about, you know?
Oh, yeah, just about everyone bar the cat's mother. No. I haven't told anyone from home yet. Except you.
I was only asking. Why not?
Because?
Because what?
Just
I'm sure
because.
they understand.
Oh, that's rich coming from you.
I just think you should tell people. It's not something to be afraid of.
Amelia, please, drop it.
I'm just saying that there's no real reason. You should just tell people. Like, come on, why hide it?
I don't know, maybe because I'm terrified of their response. I'm terrified that when I turn around and tell them that, hey, not only am I queer, but in your words, a joke, I'll have to watch everyone I love look at me like I'm some sort of disappointment, only to have them tiptoe around me like I'm a porcelain fucking doll. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I'm sorry.
Right, Bess, look.
It's Blake.
You've nothing to be sorry about. It's not your fault you feel like this. I mean, it's who you are. Now, I may not understand it, and well, a lot of fucking people won't, but what's gonna happen if they don't?
What is there to get? I'm still me. I'm still human, aren't I? So why is there anything to get?
People aren't...
Aren't what, Amelia? Ready to accept people like me, is that it?
Okay, yes, okay, that's exactly it, because they don't fucking understand. We lived on this planet for how long? We can't just change overnight.
They can't or you can't. Because it's beginning to sound like it's you that doesn't get it. They won't even take a second to try and get it. How do you think I feel, huh? Do you think I chose this? That I find it easy? Because I'll tell you one thing, Amelia. Dysphoria is a fucking bitch, and if I could go a day without it, I would. But it's part of my life. I can take the homophobia and transphobia from anyone else from the whole world, but I thought you'd be different.
I'm trying, okay? It's hard. I've known you pretty much my entire life, Beth, and for you to just turn around and say that you're not a girl, that my best friend is gone, and that you're a boy now is a fucking mind mess. Do you think I'm just going to turn around and say, yeah, that's grand, and never mess up trying to accept it? Except what? Something that I don't fucking understand.
My name isn't Beth, it's Blake. And if you don't understand, then just ask me about it. I don't mind being asked, but being blatantly ignored and silenced is infuriating.
Fine, okay? Fine. Tell me then.
Tell you what?
What? This means because it's come out of nowhere.
It's a long story.
I have time.
I don't know. Where do you want me to start?
I don't care where you start. Just help me understand this.
Fine. How about this? You're hurting me. Every time you misgender me, call me she, dead name me, do you know how much that physically hurts me? It makes me want to tear my skin off because it feels so alien. Sometimes I'll spend hours upon hours scrubbing my skin till it's raw just to turn the mental agony into something that I can attempt to understand. That I'm terrified, I always have been, of our parents and our family, my friends finding out about my gender issues, my dysphoria, my sexual preferences, my queerness. That they alienate me and make me feel ashamed. Lucky here wasn't I just right. My best friend is right here telling me she's never once looked close enough to see the pain I carry on my sleeve every day since we were children. The confusion during puberty when my boobs came in and all I wanted to do was crawl into darkness so I didn't have to look at them. The anxiety that I get whenever I speak. Yeah, Amelia. God, you're right. Really was out of the blue.
I'm sorry.
Just forget it.
Blake storms off stage. Amelia stares after them as the lights fade out.
I am sorry. I didn't know.
Blackout. Scene 5, Boundaries. The scene title is projected on the stage alongside the date of February 1st. Lights come up as Blake enters with a diary in hand. Blake goes to the desk and picks up a mug. Amelia stands anxiously in the doorway. She coughs to get his attention.
Can I sit?
It's a free country last time I checked. Do you have a problem?
No?
Then, if you don't mind, can you not try and sit in my lap, please and thank you?
Right. Sorry.
Amelia moves back to the other side of the sofa. She fidgets with the hem of her skirt before scooting closer to Blake.
Okay, what is your problem?
What problem?
You're being weird.
Right. Sorry.
Amelia moves back to the other side, only to immediately scoot back towards Blake, causing him to slam the diary shut and turn towards her.
Stop right there. What are you hiding?
Nothing.
Amelia, I'm not playing games. Spill.
So, I told my mom.
Told your mum what?
About, you know.
No. No, I don't know.
About you.
What in particular about me?
About the transforming stuff.
You did what?
I just, figured that seeing as you're so scared to that, I just do it for you. Take some of the heat.
Amelia, it's not your story to tell.
I did it all the time when we were kids. Whenever you're scared to tell somebody you didn't want to play with them or you just wanted something off your parents, I did it for you because you were too scared.
That was so different.
Looks the same to me. Look, Blake, I know you're scared to tell people, so let me help.
No, Amelia, you don't see. This isn't helping me. This is taking away my voice.
How? I'm literally doing this for you. You had me do it all the time we were kids.
It was different then. I'd asked for your help then. This you did for yourself.
I did this for you. So you could have one less person to tell.
Amelia, it's my story to tell. If I wanted you to, I would have asked.
I was only trying to help.
Well, you didn't help. I don't have a family to tell, Ems. Your mum has been my mum. You took away my chance to tell the only family I have. You outed me.
I didn't think about it like that. But, like, I'm so sorry. Mum says Blake is a pretty name, if you were wondering.
She was okay with it?
Let's just say I definitely get my hotheadness from my dad's side.
Fade out.
In other news, a gay couple were beaten at a train station in Kildare. One of the men has been left in critical condition after sustaining life-threatening injuries. Gardaí are appealing for anyone with information to come forward.
Scene 6. Passing. The scene title is played across the screen with the date February 14th, date night. The screen turns static. Music plays in the background as Blake dances around, slightly humming along to the music as he gets ready for his date. Blake wanders around the stage in a binder and boxers. A variety of clothes are discarded along the sofa. Picking up a piece of clothing and holding it to himself, walking towards the mirror before discarding them over his shoulder, until he settles on wearing a crisp shirt and slacks. Standing in front of the mirror, he begins to adjust his posture, running his hand along his flat chest with a wide grin on his face. The music fades out as Blake goes back to fixing his shirt, caught up in his reflection. After closing the last button, he runs a hand through his hair anxiously.
Best 40 quid I've ever spent. I mean, damn. I'd date me. No. I'm nitpicking. I don't feel super masculine, though. Would skinnies be better? Yeah, but then should I go for a tee? What do you wear on a date? Oh God, what do you bring on the first date? Oh, should I get her flowers? But what if she's allergic? Maybe I won't. Maybe chocolate. No, another possible allergy. Let's not. I should have gotten her something. Damn it, Blake, focus. There's no time. She'll be here any minute.
Blake rushes to gather his keys and wallet. He pauses for a moment and looks at the chaos of the room, picking up an odd piece of clothing on his search for a tie to finish off the look. Tripping over some discarded clothes, he falls onto the sofa with a pained groan.
Oh, come on. Maybe Amelia knows where it is. Ugh, where is that goddamn tie?
A few moments of frantic searching goes by before Amelia enters. She watches Blake's frantic searching for a moment, laughing to herself before she turns off the radio and clears her throat. Blake turns to face her in dismay and panic.
Your date's here.
You may as well tell her to head home, because I look like a mess. There's no point in even trying at this point.
Look, you're fine. Stop overreacting. Here.
Amelia walks over to Blake, tapping him on the shoulder to gain his attention before she takes out the tie from her pocket and puts it on Blake.
You left it out in the hall from the last time you used it? You're going to be fine. Just pull yourself together, okay?
I thought you were hiding it from me. I mean, I'm already behind. The poor girl's probably fed up with me already.
Please, if I was going to hide on you, your room would be the last place I put it in. Oh, would you stop? She's grand. Stop her outside for a bit. She seems nice. Oh my god, you still have this? I burnt mine the minute we...
Talked to her? Oh God, Hades, just kill me now. My life is over. I don't have a chance. You've probably turned her off me by now, waiting so that I'll go out there and have her laugh in my face. No. I am not going out there. There's not a hope in
Will
hell.
you fucking stop it already? I didn't sabotage you, so would you quit it? You're going to be fine. Just gonna love you. End of.
You know how stressed I get about these things. Oh God, I'm gonna hurl.
I know. Listen, it's gonna be hard. I mean, what it isn't. But if you're still the same little kid who loves throwing their fucking Lego in the muck, then you're gonna do great. Despite everything that has happened between us and our friendship, you're still you, and that's all that matters. Okay. You're all set. Go get the girl. Oh, she's the Cali to your Arizona.
Did you just make a Grays reference?
Back off. That's all you took from that.
I know. Thanks.
No problem. Now go quick before she gets tired of waiting. And Beth, like, you look handsome.
Thanks, Ems.
Blake
And
goes
Blake-
to walk away.
Be careful. People can be real dicks sometimes.
I'll be fine.
The lights fade out, revealing a corridor of light in front of the audience.
A gay man attacked earlier this week in Rathmines area has said there was blood pumping out of his face and that the homophobic attack has left him with a fractured nose and cheekbone. The attack took place near the Dropping Well pub at around 6:30 p.m. on Saturday. Gardaí are still searching for information regarding the incident.
Sarah stands there waiting, dressed in a black tank top and skinny jeans. Blake walks out, still messing with his tie.
Sarah?
Oh, Beth, hi.
Actually, I go by Blake now.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, I didn't know.
No, it's okay. And hey, I completely understand if you don't want to go on this date anymore.
Why wouldn't I want to go out with you?
I'm not who you thought I was.
Blake, you're still the same person. This doesn't change anything.
The pair stare at each other in silence for a moment.
How about we start over?
Sarah takes a step back and turns around in a circle.
Oh, Blake. Hi.
You look great.
Thanks, I try my best.
Sarah walks up and takes Blake's hand.
You ready to go?
Sarah smiles and they walk off stage. Blackout. Scene 7. Tears, Tea and Ice Cream. The scene title is projected on the screen and the scene begins. March 20th. Blake lies on the sofa crying, hidden under a blanket. Amelia enters with a tub of ice cream and 2 spoons. Blake sits up, revealing a black eye and stitched lip.
Right, so take me through this again. What happened exactly? I thought things were going well.
I don't know.
You don't know how he got a black eye?
It was these jerks from Ag.
Firstly, what were you doing hanging around Ag Lads?
I wasn't.
Then how did this happen?
Can you let me speak?
Yes. Sorry.
They must have been drunk, but I was walking to meet Sarah at the arts block and they started following me, yelling slurs and just making fun of me.
You know what they look like? I have a lot of friends. Say the word and I'll have them castrated like that.
Blake stares at Amelia before taking a spoonful of ice cream and booping her on the nose.
No. Bad Amelia. I don't know how it happened, but they caught up with me and they yelled at me again, and I was so fed up that I turned to yell back, and then I got a left hook to the eye. Now, before I knew it, I had a group of 3 lads jumping me.
On campus?
Yeah.
And no one helped you?
Oh, one lad tried. They just turned on him too.
Fuckers.
Sarah came out of the building and saw what was happening and ran campus services. As soon as the van pulled up, the lads ran for it.
And there's nothing you can do?
Not really. Some guards don't take attacks like that serious. I mean, plus, I don't even remember what they all look like. Ag lads all look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least most of the time.
How's that girl doing after seeing all that?
Sarah?
Yeah, her.
She's a little shaken. But she's a saint. She spent 8 hours in A&E with me. I owe her a proper second date.
You really like her, don't you?
I do.
She sounds great.
And Abby would have loved her.
You know. You miss them, don't you?
Let's not go there today.
So, what you like?
Sarah's different. It's like I found my best friend.
Hey bitch, I'm right fucking here.
Come on, you know what I mean though. She's something else.
Blake has a crush.
Oh,
Blake and Sarah sitting in the tree. Kissing.
Ems.
First comes love.
Shut up.
Then comes marriage.
I swear to God, Ems.
Then comes Blake pushing baby carriage.
Blake playfully pushes Amelia off the sofa and she lands on the floor with a thud. The pair laugh for a moment.
Oh. It's good to have you back, pal.
Yeah, back at you. Hey, will you come to my HRT appointment next Friday?
Are you sure you want to go through with this?
If I don't know where I'll be in the next year.
Then it'll be my pleasure. First, what do you fancy for dinner? I'm gonna head out for a sneaky takeaway. The fridge is empty and I'm starving.
Blackout. A doorbell can be heard.
It's open.
Lights up. Blake is flaked out on the sofa writing in his diary as Sarah walks in with a bag filled with stacks.
Hey, stranger.
Sarah, I thought you were Amelia.
Sorry to disappoint.
Oh, no, you could never. How are you?
Shouldn't I be asking you that?
Yes, I'm used to it.
Shouldn't be.
The pair awkwardly look around the room. Blake rushes to get up, but trips, resulting in him falling back onto the couch, causing Sarah to attempt to hold in her laughter.
So, what brings you here?
I just wanted to drop in a care package on my way to work.
Care package?
Yeah, you know, some ice cream, chocolates, DP for any aches, ice packs, more chocolate. Oh, and it took me a while, but I did manage to get you a copy of Pride so you can sit in and have a little moving out with your roommates.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to. I was just really worried about you after the other night and just had to check in and see for myself that you were doing okay.
Thank you.
Don't need to thank me. I just really needed to see that you were okay.
Blake pulls Sarah in for a hug.
I'm alive, and I don't plan on changing that anytime soon.
Glad to hear it. Who else would I annoy constantly if you were gone?
I'm sure you'd manage.
Blake leans in to kiss Sarah, but chickens out, awkwardly scratching his head.
I should get to work.
I know. We still good for tomorrow night?
I've my outfit picked and all.
I'll see you then.
See you then.
Sarah gives Blake a hug and leaves as the lights fade out. Scene 8. Shark Week. The scene name is displayed on the screen alongside the date of May 4th. Blake sits on the sofa texting while Amelia sits on the desk tapping a pen against the surface as she reads a book. As the sound increases, Blake gets more agitated.
Can you stop that?
Of what?
Tapping that fucking pen off the table, it's driving me crazy.
It's how I think.
Then can you think elsewhere and give me some quiet?
Somebody's on their period.
Can you not use that word, please?
Oh, come on, lighten up. We all have them.
Guys don't.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but evidently some guys do.
That's not what I mean.
Then what do you mean?
I don't know. Can we just not call it that?
What else would you have us call it then?
I don't know.
Get your thinking cap on.
What about nature's call?
Okay, no, that sounds like you're going to take a shit.
Amelia!
What, am I wrong? Yeah, thought so.
Well, you come up with something then.
Shark Week.
What?
You know, sharks. Shark attacks. Pain, blood, periods.
We're not calling it Shark Week.
Fine. Myriad. Men's period. Myriads!
Can you please take this seriously? It's not a joke to me.
I just don't get why we can't call it what it is. It's your period. Big whoop. It's only natural.
But it's not just that. It's a monthly reminder that who I am on the inside doesn't match all this. I know it seems stupid to you, but it really gets to me.
What about Steve?
What?
You know, after that doll you had as a kid. You named her Steve for some reason. Cut off all her hair. And dressed her in my brother's action figure costumes. How did I not realise the signs before?
Kids don't notice those things. It was all easier back then.
I've got a drawer full of chocolate, if you want some.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Blackout. Scene 9. Smile. The scene starts with the scene title being displayed across the screen. June 10th. Blake lounges on a couch reading a book peacefully as Sarah enters with a camera bag over her shoulder and hovers for a moment in the doorway, before taking out a camera and taking a few pictures of Blake as she approaches him.
What are you doing?
Shh. Don't move.
Sarah?
No complaining. Just continue reading and let me work my magic. That's perfect. Here, look.
Sarah sits next to Blake, who places his arm around her, letting her lean in closely to show him the photos, but he refuses to look.
I never like photos of me. I always look awful.
Excuse me. Blake, look at these. You look amazing.
I don't know. I don't like pictures of me.
Maybe that's because they never capture who you truly are.
Maybe.
You won't even take a peek?
I don't know. What if I'm just ugly?
That's definitely not true.
Fine. Unphotogenic, so.
Also a lie. You look so natural and candid in these.
I never see me in photos, so I don't take them.
Blake, If you hide away from seeing yourself, will you ever feel like you? How can anyone expect others to see them for who they are when they won't even give themselves a chance to see their true self? Mirrors and cameras will always find a way to creep into your life, especially cameras. This thing is glued to my hip, but that's besides the point. If you won't take a moment to recognize how far you've come, how will anyone else?
He leans in closer and tilts the camera towards him.
When I look at this photo, I see Blake. I see a young man who's overcome every hurdle put in his way. I see it in your eyes. There is 100 stories floating around in them. Yet in this picture, you look at peace, lost in a perfect moment with not a trouble weighing on your shoulders.
Blake takes the camera as Sarah sits up, watching his every move nervously.
Oh. I look like that?
You do.
I look like me.
Blake tears up, and Sarah wipes away a tear and pulls Blake in for a hug.
You look handsome. But also I feel naked without my camera, so I'm just gonna take it back now before anything happens.
I promise I won't break it.
I know, but no one uses my baby by me.
Sarah reaches for the camera, but Blake leans back and snaps a picture of her.
No fair.
Blake hands back the camera while laughing to himself, and Sarah places the camera back into her bag while Blake admires her, simultaneously playing with a strand of her hair.
Thank you.
For what?
For always seeing me, even when I can't see myself.
The pair hover for a moment before Blake leans in and kisses her gently. Back out. Scene 10. The waiting is killing me. The scene starts with the scene title being displayed across the screen. June 21st, a phone rings. The lights go up to find Amelia sitting on the couch, painting her nails as Blake walks in tears.
Hey. What's wrong?
It's happened again.
They push your appointment back again. Hey. Look at me. It'll be okay. You'll get there eventually.
Yeah? When?
I don't know.
I don't know how much longer I can hack this waiting.
It'll be fine.
They've pushed it back a third fucking time.
Why?
They're still processing my data and the system's under strain. All the usual bullshit.
But that'll have been over a year. That's a fucking joke. I'm just gonna get my hands on.
It won't help. There are people who've been on this waiting list way longer than I have. It won't help.
Let me know how I can.
The thing is, you can't help me. There's nothing you can do, so just leave me alone.
Blake gets up to leave, but Amelia grabs his arm in time and pulls him in for a hug. She knows something's up. He's acting odd and distant from what's happened.
Nah. You're not going anywhere like this.
Please, I don't want to bother you with...
Well, I don't want you alone. Blake? Blake, look at me. Blake, can you hear me? Okay. You're not alone. You're never alone as long as I'm here.
The pair sit down as Blake begins to dissociate. Amelia stands back up and grabs a blanket off the sofa and places it around Blake's shoulders before sitting back down beside him and easing him into a lying down position on her lap.
Don't worry. We've got all the time in the world. I won't let anything happen to you. We'll find a way to get past this. We always do.
There's a few moments of silence as Amelia attempts to comfort Blake, but Blake stares straight into the audience, eyes watering and unblinking.
I wish I knew how to help. I feel useless. Blake, come on, can you answer me? Please, can you try? Please, Blake, you're scaring me.
Blake bolts upright.
Shit. Happened again, didn't it?
Yeah.
How long?
About 5 minutes.
I'm a disaster.
Stop that.
Stop what?
Bloody mindset of yours.
Yeah, because it's a normal person just randomly zones out of reality.
Maybe they do.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, and I disagree. Nobody is normal. Everyone has at least one thing that deviates them from what's deemed normal.
Stop being all philosophical.
No, it's kind of my thing right now.
Oh, Christ, just kill me now.
No, you're so cuddly.
Get off.
Oh, but you're so comfy.
And get off. Your heavy ass is cutting off the circulation to my legs.
So are we gonna talk about it?
Yes.
How long have they pushed it back this time?
Another 6 months.
Can't you just go to another doctor?
With who? Loughlinstown is the only place in Ireland and there's only one doctor.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, who are you telling?
What's it like to get HRT?
Well, it's odd. Feels like by the end of it, you know every trans person in Ireland. The faces just become so familiar. I have so many friends on Facebook that I've met just in the waiting room.
I guess that's kind of cute. Builds a sense of community.
I guess. Hurts that there's a fair number that just disappear.
What do you mean?
Some vanish, profiles go inactive and then never show up again. Others move to countries with better healthcare services.
Then let's do that.
Do what?
Move somewhere better healthcare systems. I have my savings. It'll be fine. I'm not moving out anyway.
I'm not taking your money, Ems. I can't do that.
Think it as an early birthday present.
Amelia.
Please, I want to.
No.
I don't have millions, but I have enough for a plane or whatever we're taking with us, and I hope you like staying in hostels. Personally, I don't, but they'll have to do.
I can't leave. You've no idea how hard it was to get on the waiting list.
There are other doctors.
No, I can't go through the questions again.
What are you talking about?
From the psychiatric assessment. I can't do that again.
Oh, come on, I doubt it's that bad.
I can't talk about it. Amelia, please don't.
You can talk to me about these things.
It's hard though. I don't know where to start.
Just take your time.
They started asking me about my childhood, what cartoons I liked, what toys, if any of my parents or family ever did anything traumatic to me, anything that could have caused my transgenderism.
What? You obviously know who you are. None of those affect that.
They asked what my sex life was like, if I was sexually active, did I like boys or girls, did I ever masturbate, if I ever used prosthetic penises or stuffed socks down my jocks.
Fuck.
I knew going in that the questions would be invasive. We kind of warn each other, you know. Still, you don't really believe it until it happens to you.
Jesus.
It's just, Ems, I can't go through that a second time. It mightn't be like that elsewhere, and then maybe I won't have to do it again, but Ems, I can't risk it.
Well, just let me look into it, okay?
Okay, sure.
Blake's phone beeps. A message has come through, and Amelia picks it up and looks at Blake.
It's from Sarah XX.
Shut up.
She's asking if you're free tonight.
Give me my phone back.
Ooh, someone has a girlfriend.
Shut up. Oh my god, give me my phone. I swear to God, Ems, I'll lick you.
Do it. Ugh. Gross.
You told me to. The phone, please.
Hey, honey. Ew. I was thinking maybe we could go see a film tonight. Jeez, you should think she'd at least suggest one. Women. There's this really cute Italian place around the corner, seeing as you love pizza. Oh, she remembers. She's a keeper.
Give it back. You know, stop reading my messages.
Fine. Party pooper.
Child.
I'm very aware of myself. Thank you very much. You should go out tonight. She seems lovely.
It really is.
Then go. What are you waiting for?
Are you sure, though? What about movie night?
Go have fun. Just make sure to tell me everything.
Oh, yeah, of course. Give me my phone back. I have to go.
Fine. Here. And Blake, please be careful, okay?
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
Blake smiles as Amelia hands back his phone, and he calls Sarah as he exits. Amelia takes a blanket and sets herself up on the sofa to watch TV, which will be represented on the projector via a static screen. She drifts off to sleep and the lights dim briefly. Amelia is woken up when the voice of a news reporter begins to play.
In other news, a 19-year-old female was rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries this evening in what appears to be a brutal homophobic attack. The incident happened near the Savoy on O'Connell Street at around 8:30 p.m. The victim was wearing a checkered shirt, denim jeans, and maroon brogues. Reports claim that she was beaten by a group of men in their late 20s wearing black hoodies and jeans. Gardaí are requesting anyone with any information to come forward on the attack.
Amelia jumps up in a panic. She begins to frantically search the house for Blake. When she can't find him, she searches the sitting room for her phone. Eventually, she finds her phone on the sofa and she attempts to contact Blake, pacing back and forth, but there's no answer.
Blake? Blake? Where are you? Blake, are you in? Blake? Shit. Where's the damn phone? Son of a bitch. Come on. Pick up the one time I need you to have your fucking phone. Shit! Blake, come on. Blake, answer me for fuck's sake.
Amelia gets a voice message and dials the number again.
Please pick up. Fuck! Think. Okay. Post on Instagram. Checked in at the Savoy. Posted 5 o'clock. That was bloody hours ago. Shit, come on, think. Messenger, okay. Last online 2 hours ago. Oh, come on, Blake, where are you? Location.
The screen of Amelia's phone is projected behind the stage. We see her use Track My iPhone to find Blake's location. His location shows that he's currently at St. James's Hospital. Amelia turns white with panic and fear.
St. James's. Fuck.
Worry and frustration starts to build up as she paces the room, trying to figure out what to do. Amelia goes to throw her phone across the room, but stops at the last second. She runs off stage in a panic, putting her coat on as she goes blackout. Scene 11. Homophobia, transphobia, either way, life sucks. The scene begins with the scene title displayed across the screen, August 9th. Blake sits center stage, bruised and bleeding. His shirt is slightly torn and stained. He is lying on his side, leaning on his right arm to keep himself upright while he holds an ice pack to his left eye. He looks broken. Dropping the ice pack, he looks out at the audience and begins to tell his story, while short video clips play behind him depicting what happened.
They say in recent years, life on the queer side has gotten easier. What a fucking joke. I've spent every day since I figured out I was queer living in fear. Afraid of every shadow on every street corner. I mean, you take one look at me and you can tell straight away that I'm a queer kid. I've been pushed around my entire life, unable to call out every asshole who ever used me as a punching bag. The hate festering across this country is nothing new. It's always been there, manifesting in muffled comments and dirty looks from people sitting next to you on the bus. That's only the icing on the cake. I could give you 100 examples of how it's happened to me, never mind every other queer kid I know. Like this one time, when I was 15, I walked my then girlfriend home after a trip to the cinema. I'm still presenting quite feminine at the time. I didn't know what trans was yet. But I was ecstatic. I looked around her road just to make sure there was nobody watching, and then kissed her cheek. Just a peck on the cheek. I started walking home. I felt like I was on cloud 9. And then I noticed I'm being followed. A gang of lads, bigger than me and older than me, follow me from one side of town to the other. And when they overtake me, I feel a sense of relief when they disappear from sight. You've probably felt that at some point in your life, that unnerving sense of being followed, and then the relief when you realize it was all in your head. I thought I was in the clear, that it was all in my head. It's when the stoning happened. Yes, stoning, as in literal rocks were thrown at me as they called me a faggot. I was 15. And these guys were probably 17, maybe 18. Head up, I walked as quick as my feet could carry me till they could no longer get. It's kind of funny, I can't walk down the street and show simple signs of affection to my girlfriend without people staring at us or having that gulp of fear when you pass a large group of straight men. I mean, I can't walk down a street alone, period. What does that say about our society? Tip of the iceberg, though. Just today, not even 3 hours ago, I got beaten to a pulp. You know why? Because I dared to be myself, to be different. Spat on, kicked, punched, left bleeding in the middle of the street, just utterly alone. Society doesn't care about us. Not really, because too many people aren't ready to accept us, and I mean, they're fine with it, as long as they don't see it, but the second they come face to face with something they don't get, that's license enough to beat the shit out of us. Me. And all because I dropped a really cute girl to her bus stop after a date. But I don't have the right to call this out. I don't have the right to call a spade a spade. It's homophobic and transphobic, but no. Society tells me to keep my mouth shut and be happy that we're equal in the eyes of the law just because we can get married. They slap a rainbow flag on it and they pretend everything's okay when it's not. That doesn't make us equal. will never be equal as long as this country pushes hate into the closet to manifest and grow. But no. Everyone loves the gays. No one experiences that kind of hate. Not in our Ireland. Fuck this. If this is the country we live in, then I don't think I want to live here anymore. I don't want to fight it anymore. I'm done. I'm done.
Fade out, flatline. Scene 12, the call. The scene opens with the scene name displayed across the screen. Amelia is frantically pacing the stage when her phone rings.
Hello? Yes? What? Oh. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I'll I'll be there soon. Oh no, I'll call her. Thanks.
Amelia's phone slips out of her hand, landing on the ground with a loud thud. Clearly upset and angry, after a couple of seconds of pacing, she grabs the nearest object to her and throws it across the stage, releasing a silent scream before falling to her knees. A heart monitor is shown. Blake's heartbeat echoes in the background throughout the scene. The sound is weak and fading.
How can people, society, Blake didn't deserve this. He didn't deserve to be because of some bastard, whoever or whatever is out there. How can you let good people, innocent people, get... We all turn to you at our lowest. We're supposed to find you when we're in pain or worried, but I am far closer to finding Loch Ness Monster. Blake's last. He shouldn't have been on a fucking street alone, bleeding to death. Where were you? He shouldn't have been alone. He didn't like being alone.
The beating of the heart rate goes slower and slower until it's very weak, and Amelia gets up only to fall to her knees again. She cries for a few moments until she spots Blake's diary, and she crawls over to it and picks it up. She flicks through a couple of pages.
He can't be gone. He's all I have. He's my family. We've got each other's backs, always and forever. He can't be gone. I can't picture a world without him. I should have stayed up. Maybe if I had stayed up, I would have noticed he never came home. I could have found him fast. Done something. He'd have been okay. I want him to know that I get it. That I understand the gender stuff, even if I didn't at the start. I've been working on it. I started going to this group for friends and family of people who recently came out. It really helped me. I wanted to be able to help him. To accept him. I wanted to let him know that I still had his back, even if I am a fuck up sometimes.
Amelia then flicks through the book, but she comes across an entry and a voice recording of Blake is played.
Dear Diary, things are beginning to look up lately. After past dating fiascos, I've finally met a good one. Her name is Sarah, and honestly, she's something else. I haven't smiled so much since... well, you know. Anyway, with things looking up with Amelia, I can't wait for the two of them to meet. I think she'll really like Sarah. Honestly, with both of them, I think I'll be okay. Maybe the future won't be so bleak after all. You know, with my two gals beside me. I'm hoping to introduce them next Friday. Wish me luck, Blake.
Amelia wipes away her tears and is silent for a few seconds. She closes the diary and puts it beside her. She cleans herself up and takes out her phone and calls Sarah. The phone rings and Sarah walks onto stage through the doorway.
1 second, Mum. Hello?
Hey, Sarah, it's Amelia, Blake's best friend.
Oh, hey, Blake's Amelia. Never stops talking about you.
Yeah, that's me. And sorry to drop this on you, but you need to head to the hospital.
What's wrong? Did something happen?
It's Blake. He's not okay.
What happened?
I can't really explain.
I'm on my way, okay? Text me the address. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Yeah. Just text us when you're here. Okay, I'll see you soon.
Amelia hangs up and takes a deep breath, looking at the ground. She then looks up and starts rushing off stage as the lights dim behind her. The lights come up again, revealing Sarah sitting alone with tear-stained cheeks. She just stares at the audience, and she looks broken-hearted.
I'm so sorry, Blake. I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. If I hadn't asked to go for a drink after the cinema, maybe, or if we'd stayed in instead, or maybe if I'd asked you back to mine. I wanted to ask you back to mine. Maybe if I hadn't wasted so much time, if I just had the courage to talk to you sooner, we could have had more time together. So we just worked, you and me. It was like everything just clicked when you were with me. Like everything made sense. And nothing makes sense anymore. We had so many plans. We were meant to graduate together. We were going to travel the world, just me and you and my stupid little camera. From that first date, it felt like we could do anything. Like we could take on the world together. I had so many plans. I feel so stupid now. I know there's no use dwelling on the past, and you probably think I'm being stupid, but I can't help it. You walked me to my bus, and doing that got you killed? It's not fair. I'm sitting here and all I can do is think that maybe just maybe this is all a nightmare and I'm going to wake up any minute, or maybe you're only messing and you're going to sit up any second now and you're going to call me stupid for crying. But I'd be so grateful to still have you around, have you here. But I know it's not how medicine works. You flatlined. You couldn't keep fighting anymore, and I know I should be happy or maybe content now that you're no longer hurting, but I'm not. I feel so selfish because I want you here. I'm not ready to lose you. Ever since that first tutorial in first year, I had a crush on you, and I never thought you'd see me the same way I saw you. I genuinely thought we might have had a shot. A real chance, you know, to be happy. I'd never had someone look at me the way you did. And I know that the minute I leave this hospital, I'll never get to see that look in your eyes again as you smile at me. The way you could light up a room and make me feel safe. I'll never have that again. Or at least it doesn't feel like I will. As soon as I leave this room, I become the girl with the dead boyfriend and everyone is going to view me differently. But no one more than how I see myself right now. I caused this. This happened because of me. You were going to have a chill night in and I made you come out. I should have just invited you back to my house like I wanted to. I was just too shy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Lights fade out. Scene 13, morning. The scene title is displayed across the screen, followed by the date of the 11th of August. The apartment space is unchanged. Amelia enters, dressed in black. She's closely followed by Sarah, similarly dressed in black. They've just returned from the funeral. Blake lurks in the background, watching from a distance.
I still can't believe I haven't caught the bastards. I'd find them faster myself.
There's no point dwelling on that. At least not tonight. I don't worse the energy.
I know. I just can't let it go. How could they do that to him? He wouldn't hurt a fly.
I caught him accidentally touch off a bee once, and it stung him. And he got so upset because the bee wasted its one stinging him. He felt guilty for weeks. Yeah, just his mini funeral for the bee and all.
He told me about that. From that day on, he always carried around sugar packets in case he came across a
tired bee, yeah.
He was such a kind soul. I wish I'd met him sooner, that I got to spend more time with him.
He was my childhood best friend. I still wish I'd known him better.
Yous were best friends. He made it out as if you knew everything about him.
Not always. He wasn't always as closed off, but when his mum and sister passed, didn't let anyone in and wouldn't let any of his grief out.
Well, we can't do that.
What?
We can't keep our grief trapped in. It It'd suffocate us.
You're not wrong.
I'm always a phone call away, okay? Also, I thought you should have this.
She reaches into her pocket and takes out a Polaroid picture.
It's the last photo I took of him. I thought you'd want to keep it.
Thank you. I want to show you something.
Amelia gets up and fetches a diary, bringing it over to Sarah.
It's his diary. He wrote about you a lot. He really loved you.
He really wanted us to meet. I wonder what he thinks of all this. I still can't get over that group who came from college. They never once spoke to him while he was alive. They made fun of him every day.
I know.
The whispers across the lecture halls, pointing and laughing, making fun of him for being himself, for putting himself first. He'd never say it, but it always got to him.
Don't dwell on it. You'll just upset yourself.
They never once talked to him. In 2 years, they never said a frickin' word, and then had the audacity to show up wailing and blubbering about how much they were going to miss him and how much of a tragedy it was. They didn't know him. They spent 2 years picking on him every day. They are no different from that asshole who did it.
It's been a long day. I think you need to sit down. I'll get you a cuppa.
The pair sit in silence, reading through the diary and looking through old photos until Sarah falls asleep on the far side of the sofa. Amelia starts to snooze off, dropping the diary to the ground, and Blake enters, studying the room. He sees Sarah asleep on the sofa and goes over to her. He brushes away a stray piece of hair and before going to touch Amelia, but hesitating only to turn away. He looks over at Sarah and Amelia before walking into the light. Amelia wakes up shortly after, taking a moment to pick up the diary and walks to the desk as she reads. Amelia looks up from the desk with teary-eyed into the audience.
December 9th. Dear Diary. You know those days you dread every year because it's the one day that you feel overwhelmed with despair or grief? Whatever it is, it just weighs in you like a ton of bricks. Well, today is that day. I miss them. It's been
5, 6 years since the crash, and time still feels warped. I often wonder what they'd make of everything. Me. Would they push me away? Or be overwhelmingly supportive like Em's mom? Well, she's kind of my mom too. She took me in after the crash. And Amelia? She's always got my back. I'm gonna tell her today. I'm gonna tell her the truth. She's always had my back. It's time I was upfront and honest. Not just to her, but to myself too. I've spent years hiding and trying to figure out who I am, only to spend every day since the crash hiding it. It's about time I took back control of my own life and finally live. Wish me luck. Blake.
I loved you. And I never told you that. What am I going to do without you?
Blackout. Scene 14. Goodbyes. The scene is a pre-recorded video of Blake surrounded by darkness. Bruises still present on his face. His face is the sole focus of the recording, and his eyes are filled with pain and anguish. with a slight sense of relief.
Never gave much thought to dying. Just thought it'd be simple. Drift off in my sleep or holding the hand of the love of my life. Never pictured the angel of death coming in the form of 5 drunken 30-year-old men. That I'll admit I did not see coming. You know, they say we're the lucky ones, 'cause we have it easier than the last generation, but I mean, some people even feel we've achieved everything worth fighting for, but we haven't. That's become clear now. Yeah, the cycle just hasn't changed, has it? Waiting here has made me see everything so clearly. I finally get it. Nothing will change until we change our mindset. Nothing will change until we share our stories. So this is my story. Am I a boy or a girl? Am I both or neither? When it all comes down to it, it doesn't matter. I'm still me. I'm sick of hearing and asking, repeating the same questions. Am I too masculine, or too feminine, too butch, or too camp? Why can't I just fit in? Is it my hair, or my voice, my face? At the end of the day, does it even matter? You know, who even cares? I'm still me. Still human.
Blackout. The end.